And today I would like to share with you a speech entitled From Dreams to Equality. This speech I have written and won first place in the Martin Luther King Coordinating Committee. And I hope you all enjoy it. I embrace the beautiful dreams of our ancestors and of great leaders such as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Miss Harriet Tubman, Booker T. Washington, Frederick Douglass, W.E.B. Du Bois, and so many others who believe that equality will someday be shared by all people. I stand before you today to share with you that while the dream to be treated equal is now a reality, it is still not perfect. I stand before you today to share with you that I can read and write without fear. I can sit down on the back of the bus, but where I choose. Amen. I can enter through the front door and not be told to go to the back door. I can speak without having to hold my head down. I now speak with my head held high and my eyes focused in tune with your eyes. And yes, I attend school where I not only hold hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers, but I'm also invited to celebrate with them, to sit and have dinner at the same table with them, to ride in the same car to different events with them, and to worship with them. But I stand before you today to share with you that while the dream to be treated equal is now a reality, it is still not perfect. God has fulfilled one of the greatest dreams of all time, and that is having an African-American commander-in-chief. Yes, commander-in-chief. The highest office in the land is held by an African-American, the President of the United States, Mr. Barack Obama. But President Obama has not been shown the same respect as other presidents in the past. But we will not give up on the long-lived dream of our ancestors to be treated equal. We will continue the struggle. We will continue the struggle. We will continue the struggle. You know, I believe our subject matter should not be from dreams to equality, but from prayers comes blessing, because we are a truly blessed people. And just let me tell you why. Last summer, my parents and I traveled to Detroit, Michigan. There, we visited the living Underground Railroad and the Charles Wright Museum of African American Studies. And I would like to say to all my peers, if you would like to truly experience and understand the dream that is now a reality, please, please, please visit the living Underground Railroad and the Charles Wright Museum of African American Studies. At the living Underground Railroad, I was transformed into a runaway slave, running at night, running scared through the dark night, trying to escape being captured by the slave masters, with only the North Star guiding my path. I was running tired, I was running hungry, I was running scared, talking to Miss Harriet Tubman, hearing her say, if any of you turn back now, I will kill you there. At the end of the announcement, there are tears in my eyes, as well as my nieces and others who were there. At the Charles Wright Museum, again, I was overwhelmed as I walked onto a replica slave ship. And on that ship, I stood and stared, and I saw the heavy chains. I saw how our ancestors were piled on top of each other in the dark. I could imagine the horrible odor of not being able to go to the bathroom and having to lie in the horrible human waste. I can imagine the sickness. I could feel the pain and suffering of being stacked on top of each other. I could feel the heavy chains. I could imagine the desperation in their eyes of just wanting to see daylight, or to just sit or stand in an upright position. My God, how could this not be a dream? Sometimes, as I'm sitting on the bus, where I choose, or just shopping in the mall, entering through the same doors as everyone else, I sometimes remember being on that slave ship with my eyes closed, will remain on that ship forever. I now open my eyes from dream to equality.
Amen.
Next, I will play a piece called Colors of the Wind from the Disney movie Pocahontas.